Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Let me just go ahead. So I wanted permission to share my screen to begin my presentation. Thank you. So today we will be looking at a few ways that you can make money online. I know a lot of you might have heard of different schemes and different ways you can make money online, but maybe you've tried it, maybe you've been skeptical, but I am a living testimony of these methods that I'm going to share with you today. All right, so today we're looking at 6 ways that students can earn money on. So I hope that by now I would have had everyone's attention. And before we dive into the presentation, I want to share with you my journey as to how I got started in the online business. So I went to nursing school and I completed nursing school in July 2019. And if you're familiar with nursing, that means I have to wait until November to sit my nursing council exam to get licensed to practice in the Caribbean. So while waiting, I decided, hey, I'm gonna start working and earning some money. So I moved to Montego Bay and I started working at a call center. Now last year, because of COVID, I got laid off in April. And then 1 month later, I heard about an online opportunity. And to tell you the truth, I was really skeptical. Because I was thinking, that's another pyramid scheme where I'm going to have to recruit persons in order to make money. And I really don't want to be bothering anyone. So I went ahead and I signed up for it, but I was very hesitant. And let me tell you, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. It turned out to be something completely different. I'm working for myself. I don't have to recruit anyone to make money. And that is what I love about it the most. I can work from home. And so I'm going to share with you today 6 of these ways that you can use to make money online. I want to congratulate you all for thinking about completing your education, because going to tertiary level is the next best thing that you can do. And if you move on to something else after that, even better. So it is imperative for you to understand that your academics, they come first. So even though you might be doing this kind of side hustle, always understand why you are doing it. So you're doing it to get some money to further your education. And then when you further your education, it makes a world of difference in everything that you do. It enhances your skill, your knowledge, and it makes you a lot more marketable, so you can earn more money if you decide to do the online freelancing full time. So the first area that you can offer services in to make money is graphic design. So you can make flyers, posters, social media images, PowerPoint presentations. You can do writing. This is my main area. Social media captions, video content, product descriptions, blog posts, articles, short stories, game reviews. So you can do game and movie reviews. And we have video and animation. So something like I started out with is a simple explainer video. You can do video editing, slideshows, video intros and outros. For music, those who love music and audio, you can do voiceovers. And I know all of us familiar with it now. Singing, if you love singing, then you can make money from it. Simple songwriting, jingles, you can write and sing jingles to make money. If you're on the tech side of things, then you're still in luck. You can offer support and IT services, file conversions, simple website building as well. For business and lifestyle, you can do phone calls, data entry, you can teach skills and subjects that you're good at. You can even do dance lessons online. All right, so let's start by looking at the definition of freelancing. So when you're freelancing, you are self-employed and you don't necessarily have commitment to a particular employer long term. You do random jobs as they arise. Right? And then for freelancing etiquette, you're working for yourself. So you need to know that you're going to have to set regular hours. When you get your school timetable, you're going to look at it and try to fit in the best times. You have to set realistic times. So if you have school from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., that you know, like 4 p.m., you can start working. By that time, you might be home, you get something to eat, and you're rested, and you can start working from 4 to 9. And you have to learn to negotiate because you're going to deal with prices, and a lot of persons might come to you and say, hey, I want to do a package, can you give me a discount? The next thing you need to learn is excellent communication. This, I think, is one of the most important. This, I think, is one of the most important things. Excellent customer service, because no matter how good the product is or the service is that you provide, if you're not offering good customer service, listen, they're not going to come back. And you're not going to get the good reviews either. And exercise proper time management. That comes back into setting your work hours. So for time management, you might like to be on social media, but during your work hours that you set for yourself, what you need to do is set break times in between it. So I know that, hey, from this time to this time, I gotta work, and then I'll take a 20 minutes break and I'll check social media. I'll make a call or whatever during that time. Or you can do it before or after the work hours. And then when you get a job, you have to ensure that you understand what the client is requesting. This way you don't mess up on the job and then you get a poor review, and then you have issues with the client. Finally, create a professional profile. So LinkedIn is the place to go for professional profiles. LinkedIn is where you network and you meet people in the area that you are planning to go into. So if I was planning on heading to nursing school right now, I'd go onto LinkedIn and I'd look for nurses and other persons in the medical field, and I would link with them, connect with them, and I would talk to them, see what knowledge I can gather, let them know that, hey, I'm also offering these services just in case you know anyone or you yourself would need assistance. So for a LinkedIn profile, you have to understand that it's a professional platform. Even though it's social media, it's still professional. So when you're doing LinkedIn, you need to have a professional photo and a professional bio that lets them know this is someone that's serious, so I can definitely connect with them. So when you're doing LinkedIn, for example, you need to have a good bio. Pull this up. So start with your bio. You start with a title. What's your title? You let them know that you're a student and you're a part-time freelancer, and what areas do you work in. So that is important to, from the get-go, state what you are about. Then, do you have any work experience? If not, you can link whatever services. Say, for example, you did volunteerism in school. You can let them know, hey, I did this in school. And you can let them know what projects you are a part of, even if those projects were not voluntary projects. And then also important, talk about your academic accomplishments. Let them know if you got scholarships, let them know if you got grants, whatever it was, awards. Put that on there so they know who they're dealing with. And of course, you reveal a little about yourself. Notice in my bio, I said that I love cats, I like movies. So people know that you're a human being as well, and you have a fun side to you. They're not dealing with a robot, but a human being. So you list your hobbies and all of that. And Most importantly, you need a professional photo. So a photo that doesn't reveal your body parts, something that the makeup is not too extravagant with, and you need a friendly smiling face, something that says, hi, I want to connect with me, make someone want to connect with you. And if you have a nice photo but you think the background is not so good, guess what? You can head over to the website called remove.bg, and it removes the background for you free of cost. And it's really simple. You just download it. You can even add a plain background to it on that website as well. The basics. So what you need to get started online, you need a computer, Wi-Fi connection, a smartphone to download the apps for the platforms that you'll be working on. You need skills to get the job done properly. So if you want to do writing, if you want to do graphic design, you need to learn a little bit of that to get started. And it's very profitable if you apply yourself. It's going to take a lot of work to get started, but once you get started and you get those first set of clients, then you're good to go. They'll be coming back once you do a good job. All right, so for graphic design, we're looking at posters first. So can you put in the chat what are some of the reasons people need posters? What do you use posters to do? What do you see people doing with posters? Right. All right, so we're going to advertise events. So we use posters to advertise events, advertise services, spread messages. All right, so posters, they tend to be fairly large and professionally printed. They almost always have an illustration, and posters are they're easy to create and a great service to offer. So when I started out, I offered a lot of graphic design. I still do a little bit of it now and then. So I think it's a great area to go into, and I'm going to show you really quickly how you can create a poster in a couple of minutes. So these are examples of posters that I've created in the past. And then flyers. So these flyers, they serve the same purposes as posters. They're mini posters, advertise events, services, and spread messages. So flyers, they are usually smaller than posters, and that's because they need them to be photocopy size. So it's like a letter size that you can easily photocopy it or send it in the email. So I'm going to move over to Canva to show you really quickly how you can create a poster in just a couple of minutes. So it's canva.com, and this is the go-to place. So when you come to Canva, you're going to need to sign up, and then it'll show you different templates. Right here is poster. Click on poster, and it's going to load a blank canvas for you. So Canva is the place to go for anything that you need to create: newsletters, flyers, Instagram posts, anything you need to create. It's on Canva. They have templates that you can work with. You can create something from scratch as well. Alright, so this blank page here is the canvas. If you want a specific size, you can also select that option right here, custom size. But we're going to work with the size that Canva is giving us. And let's see. When I come over to Canva to create anything, the first thing that I like to do is add a background. So over this side panel here, it shows you the features that you can use. So we can select any background right here. They have colors, they have pictures. So let's say I select the red background, the entire template turns red. I go up to text because that's the next thing I want to add. Right here on this panel, it shows you all the different text styles that you can use. They have combinations, and they have just the generic ones right here. will load in a second. So these were the textiles I was saying. They have different textiles that you can use. But I tend to just stick with the generic ones up here that for some reason it's taking forever to load today. All right, wonderful. So this is a heading, subheading, and the body. So I'm going to use the one for heading, and let's say we're advertising a cake sale. So I click it, type in, I will drag to the top or wherever I need to position it. I want to change the color to white to let it pop a little bit. And then I want to change the font style. I can go over here to do that. Next thing I want to do is add a picture of a cake. So you can go over to an external website or you can do it in Canva. Come over here and search for cake. And if you have images on your computer that you'd like to use, you can simply upload them with this feature. Images and videos as well, and audio clips, you can upload them right here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Canva, but if not, and if you're going to work online, Canva is going to be your best friend. Alright, so I'll click on the image and it's going to populate on the canvas right here. All right. Can center it, and let's see, we add text sale. So we're going to add it's Wednesday, July 1st.
Make sure you have that cake to give me, right? No, because at the end of it, maybe that's the prize, because you must be giving me a cake like that.
Yeah. Could be. And then if you want to add other, you can add other images. You can use a lot of different features on Canva. The more you use it, the more acquainted you get with it. All right, so the next thing that you can offer is social media images. And I don't know if you're scrolling on social media and you see some beautiful images and you're like, wow. So you can make them too. I used Canva to make this image for my Facebook page, and I also posted it on my Instagram page. So this is something pretty simple, pretty easy that you can do as well, because more and more businesses they're moving online, especially because of COVID, and everyone wants to have a social media presence. So everybody is looking for social media managers or just graphic designers to create templates for them, or to create 1, 2, or 3 images that they can repurpose every time they need to post something online. And this is an Instagram image that I made for a client. So what I did in order to advertise my graphic design services, I pair it with my writing services. So I said that I'll write, if you purchase a big article from me, then I will give you a social media image for free. So that's one way to get them coming back, and they might not need the writing service, but they want an image, so they'll come back and buy the image from you. And LinkedIn, this is another one. I think this is the first image I did first social media image I did for a client. This is a Twitter image as well that I did for a client. And then for PowerPoint, this is, I know some of you are very good at doing PowerPoint. I myself am not so good, but I can I know the basics. I know how to put things in, change fonts and all of that. But when it comes to like transitions and that kind of thing, I'm not so good at it. And I know a lot of you might be experts in it. And this is something that you can offer a service on Fiverr for. I'm showing you a screenshot. I'm not sure if you can see it as clearly as I hope.
Mm.
But this is a service that I did. So initially, if you can see at the top here, this was supposed to be $20 and it was supposed to be delivered in 3 days. And she wanted one PowerPoint presentation. Now, the client, when she was talking to me, she seemed like she needed it urgently. She was a bit worried and stressed that she wouldn't get a presentation and it was for work. So I did have other work doing, but what I did, I put that aside and I spent a couple of hours to make the presentation because she gave me the information. All I had to do was put it on the slides and put some images there. And I delivered the image to the PowerPoint to her in a couple of hours, and she was so happy. She was so pleased. She gave me a $25 tip, if you can see it here. So I ended up making $45 from a $20 job. So this goes to show customer service. When you go above and beyond for your clients, a lot of them will be so happy. They'll be more than happy to give you a good tip. All right, so freelance writing, this is my area of specialty. And as you can see from the screenshot, there are numerous ways that numerous types of writing services that you can offer, but we're going to stick to a few of them today. So social media captions. A lot of you must be good at captions because, you know, you're in that age group where you're posting on social media and you're hashtagging and all of that. People will come to you and they will ask you to write captions for their images or for their videos, and you get paid for something as simple as that. And let me just say to you guys that anybody, you don't have to get let's see, top-notch training, tertiary level training in writing to be a freelance writer. If you're good at English, if you like to read, if you like to write, then you can become a writer. Even simple tasks like social media captions, you don't even have to love to read or write to do that, to offer that service, because there is a big market for it right now. As I said earlier, a lot of people are moving online with their goods and services and whatever business that they're offering. Alright, so video content is the next thing. So I'm not sure if you've ever watched any video and it's just an audio and you'll see images and you'll see captions. So you can get hired, you can get paid to write captions. They'll provide you with the product that they're probably advertising or the event or the service, and they'll ask you to write something about it that will convince people to, you know, gravitate towards it. So quickly in the chat, I want you guys to look at this book that I have here and just tell me something that you describe it. How would you describe this book to convince me to buy it? So I'll give you guys a minute. Nothing fancy, just something off the top of your head. It doesn't have to be something about the book specifically. It could be something about reading.
Mm. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any responses in the chat just yet. And I believe I agree with Rasheen 100%. I think that education is quite essential, and we need to encourage our young ones to love reading and writing and learning. So that is very good. Thank you,
Oh, somebody
Rasheen.
said, Natasha says, give him the chance to explore great things. Okay.
Yes. Yes, 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 because every time you pick up a book to read, especially if it's a storybook or even a non-fiction book, you go on an adventure, you learn new things, and
Mhm.
that to me is an adventure. All right, so I was trying myself to do a little bit of description. The video isn't, the writing in it is white, so you may not see it so clearly.
Inspire your child to read
All right, so
today.
it's just something simple as that. People might, a lot of persons, especially if you're creative, that is something people create because a lot of persons aren't creative. They don't know something that you might take for granted. They don't know how to do it. They don't have that creative bone in them. So you need to put yourself out there and offer the service, and you might be surprised.
Mhm.
All right, so the next thing we're going up against is product descriptions. So this is similar to creating video content, to writing video content. All right, so let's see. And there are a couple of things you need to know about writing product descriptions. I'm just going to give you a quick list. So when you're writing product descriptions, cut out the obvious. You don't need to state obvious. For example, you're describing this bag. You don't need to say it's a brown bag because the person looking at it, they will know it's a brown bag. And remember sensory details. So for example, you're advertising food. You know, when you smell, you need to appeal to the person's smell, because trust me, when I smell food, I want it. I'm gonna get hungry. So if you can describe the food in a way that the person can sit at home and say, wow, I'm smelling this, I want this, then you know you have a winner there. So use figurative language. Think about who is going to use the product and write the description for that person. Use power words that sell, for example, exclusive deal, deadline, last chance, guarantee, certified, stuff like that. And be wary of over description. Don't stuff the description too much because it might feel like you're forcing it onto them. I don't know if you ever go to the market before, and even if you don't want anything, you're just trying to pass, and the people bombarding you with stuff. That's what it's going to feel like. So you don't want to do that. And very important, focus on the benefits, the product benefits, and always read good examples. So before you do anything, you do your research. So you're going to look online, go on Amazon, eBay, all the seller sites to see how product descriptions are written. Next up is freelance writing with blogs or articles. So this is where I focus on mostly. I offer medical blogs and articles, ebooks, and stories as well. So, for example, if you know about IT, you can write an article for someone that says how to create a Word document because they may need it to teach their class, they may need it to put on their website. If you're in the medical field, something that I get a lot is staying healthy during the pandemic. I get a lot of COVID related stuff. So if you can write about things like washing your hands, wearing a mask, sanitizing, there's information on the internet. You go ahead and read, and whatever you understand from that, you write it and you deliver it. If you're into engineering, biorobotics, write an article or blog post. What is it? What is biorobotics? Aviation. So the most knows about aviation. What are the things that I should know, or that someone starting out should know about aviation? Maybe they want to go to school to become a pilot. Hospitality. What are 5 misconceptions, misunderstandings about hospitality? What, like, myths? What do we think we know, but it's wrong? So those are simple things that people might come to you to ask about. If you want to write and you're not so sure you can manage the technical stuff, you can let them know that you're starting out with the simple stuff, and then when you grow your confidence, you've had a lot of practice, move into the technical stuff that pays more money. And the next thing, this is another area I love, it's short stories. So if you love watching cartoons like I do, to this day, if I have a break, I'm going to watch cartoon or I'm going to watch anime. And I love reading stories as well. I have a deep passion for kids' books, and that's why I started writing it. And so, if you watch cartoons, then you're going to have a vivid imagination. You can write any story. I was looking for a sample of a story I wrote for a client, but they're very long stories, so they'll take a lot of time for me to read them out right now. But it's nothing extravagant, something simple. Let's see if I had my book here earlier today that I could have given you. I'm not seeing it right now, but it's nothing technical that you need to be writing for days and weeks and months. If you love, trust me, if you love cartoons, you'll sit down and you'll write a simple story in like an hour or two, review it, and have it delivered to the client. And then let me tell you, for stories, short stories, they pay very well, because for my short story service, I start out at 300 words, and that's 30 US dollars. That's about almost $5,000, and that's going to take me like 2-3 hours to do max. So that's something you should get into. Think about getting into. Alright, so this one is game and movie reviews. If you love to play games, if you're a gamer, and if you love watching movies, people will pay you to watch and review movies for them and play games and write a review for them. So it could be, it's not even, a lot of times you don't have to write it either. It could be an audio or a video review that you do. So you don't even need to write. And this screenshot, it shows you some examples of persons here who are offering review services. So this person says, I will do a YouTube Let's Play and review of your game professionally. And they're starting at $15. This one says, I will be your slot and game reviewer, $5. And so on and so forth. And the more experience you have, the more qualified you are, the more money you can charge for your services. Alright, simple explainer videos. So an explainer video is a short form video usually used for marketing and sales, and it highlights a company's products, services, business ideas in a compelling and efficient way. So because it's short, it needs to be efficient and compelling to grab the viewer's attention right away, because we don't have a lot of time. Alright, so I have a video here. It should be loading in just a moment that I want to show you. This is a long time. This is when I was offering the Instagram images service. I created this explainer video to put on my profile so they know exactly how I can help them and the service that I'm offering. So I just want to show you as an example of something that you can do, and people will pay you to do this. So before we move on, I found the book. It was right beside me. All right, so this is a short, this is a children's book that I wrote just the other day, and I had it published on Amazon, and I ordered a copy. Some more copies should be coming as well. So I'm showing you this to tell you that you can write stories and publish them for yourself as well. That's another way that you can make money, and you can write these short stories, and clients will publish them. They'll pay you for them. So you sign over. Once they pay for it, they have all rights to it, and so you make your money that way, or you can choose to write for yourself. Oh, and then let me just read a little excerpt from it to show you that it's nothing complicated. So this story, the first one in it is Alice Finds a Home. So once upon a time, there was an old man named Jack. Jack lived alone in a little cottage by a pond. He was very lonely because Jack only saw his children at Christmas time. One evening, when he was about to have his nap, Jack heard a shuffling sound. The sound was coming from under his bed. He looked to see what was making that noise, and to his surprise, Jack saw a kitten. So it's pretty simple, but interesting for children. All right, so let's move on. The next one we have here is video editing. So when we edit a video, we manipulate and rearrange the shots to create a new work. And we do it all the time, especially with TikTok and Snapchat. So you get paid to attach simple sounds and effects to short videos. And there are a lot of apps and platforms online that you can use for free to offer these services and make money, to pay off whatever college expenses that you have. Alright, so slideshow videos. So this is also something. This is something we all do as well, especially after we go out somewhere nice, or we take a lot of pictures, or we make videos. So there are numerous apps that you can use to create slideshows as well. And clients will order slideshows for numerous purposes: weddings, birthdays, sales, presentation, you name it. Some of the purposes you wouldn't even think of yourself. And next one that they'll order is video intros and outros. These orders normally come from YouTubers. So let me just share an example. Let me turn this down, it's a bit loud. Alright, so that's an intro, and you might be thinking, but I can't make that. I didn't make this, and I use it on my YouTube videos. All I did, I can turn on the sound. You go into a video editor app, you turn on this original sound, you add a sound to it, and you can add other words to it as well. And this here, I use it as it is, and it's an outro. So simple. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And it comes without a sound, so you can attach any sound at all that you want to it. And you can make it longer, make it shorter. There are different apps that you can use, and you can get paid for doing simple stuff like this. It's nothing complicated, and because you're going to be in school, it's important that you do things that's not going to take a lot of time. So just in case you need to study and all of that, you have group work and that kind of thing, this is something that you can do real quick. We missed one. Okay, next is tech. So this is support and IT. I'm not so good at this part, but I know persons who offer this service and they're making money from it. So do you know how to fix common errors that pop up on computers and phones? I don't know how to do it so well. Some of you might be very proficient at it. When I get an error, I run over to YouTube or something like that to see if I can understand it, or I call my sister and say, I don't know what this is. I can't figure this out. So, and so if you're one of those persons who are tech savvy, go online and get paid for your knowledge and your skills. So you can get paid to help people fix issues. And this is an example of a gig that is doing really, really well. So this person offers the fastest IT support, and it's simple stuff that you can do as well. So they'll help you to install Windows, they'll speed up your computer. So it's data recovery, it's nothing too complex. And if you're that tech savvy as well, you can make even more money if you know how to solve the complex issues.
And another thing, Jenna, can I just add something here?
Sure, thank you.
Right, thanks. Sometimes as a team, you can do wonders. So you might not be able to do one skill or not very tech savvy in one area, but somebody else that you have, in your class or something like that might be the answer to your dream. So, what you can't do, the other person does, so you split the money, right?
Yes, that's correct. So creating a team is even better. You get more jobs, more money, and you split the work. All right, so another tech service, file conversions. So a lot of times we need a specific type of files. For example, we need PNG, but we have a JPEG file. So you can run online. A lot of persons don't know they can do it, so they'll try to hire somebody to do it. And sometimes it's just that they have a mountain of files and they don't have the time to go through to do them by themselves. So they'll employ you to do it. So you can convert doc to PDF, PDF to PNG, JPEG to PNG, PDF to doc, and PDF to movie. So simple services, as I say, all of these, you can find platforms online that will do it. And another one, and you can also even use Google Docs to do it, because if you create a document in Google, it will give you the option to download it as a PDF. So that's really easy to do. And then we also have simple website building. I want to show you, let me get out of full screen for a little bit, because I want to show you my website. Right. This website I created by myself, and it took me about 2 weeks, but that's only because I didn't have the time. So each time I got a little free time, I would fix something on it, I would change something until I finally got to publish it. So I'm showing this to you to say that even if you're not tech savvy like myself here, you can do website design, simple website design, because website nowadays you don't have to be able to code. They have drag and drop up templates that you can use, which is really good. So I created my website, and I keep adding pages to it each time. I'm still upgrading, still adding new things. And so this is something that you could do for a client. Because a lot of times when I tell people that I did this website by myself, they really can't believe.
Yeah, I did one too, Jenna. Not before. I mean, my son did the one now. I mean, mine was a far cry from his, because he does lots of coding and stuff like that. So I can't match him. But at least he said, "Mom, this is good." No, when I did mine, I mean, I got someone to host it, right? And then, so he said, "But this is great. This is the best that you could have done." But then I needed more stuff, so then he took it over, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty easy. You can add your pages. What the clients will do is that they'll buy their website, pay for the hosting and everything, and all you have to do is set it up, put on the images, the information that they give you. Sometimes they'll ask you to find images. There are platforms that you can go on to use free images that you don't have to pay for, and that there's no copyright on. All right, so we move into music and audio. So I know all of us love music. I myself, I am a music lover, but I'm not good at doing it. But if you are, then you can make money. So firstly, we have voiceovers. So can you do like cartoon voices? Can you imitate like Tom, not Tom and Jerry, like Buzz? Can you imitate SpongeBob? Can you imitate Peppa Pig? If you can do that kind of thing, you can do voiceovers, character voiceovers for clients. I had a friend who did a voiceover for a YouTube video, and he did it in like another Caribbean accent in their broken English, and it was so professional, and he has no practice, no kind of practice in it. He's not trained to do it, but once you can do like even TikTok. I don't know if you guys know the young lady. She went viral, and after each voiceover video, she says, "Okay, bye." We all know her. I think we all know her. We see her on Instagram as well. So you can also do voiceovers, short narration clip for promotion, presentation, social media as well. And as I said, we have that feature on TikTok, and a lot of us use it. I tried using it the other day, but I'm not so good at it. I made a mango ice cream, and I wanted to share the video. I tried doing the voiceover, but it is not so hot for me. And then for singing, who who loves to sing? I think we all love to sing, even if we can't sing like myself here. But if you love to sing and you're good at it, you can make money for it. So why not make money from your voice? So you can get paid to sing pre-written songs. It can be kids song. What happens quite often is that teachers use it to for their kids, and it's usually for the smaller groups. So you could sing a nursery rhyme and stuff like that. It could be a song for a presentation, for a product that someone is trying to sell to a company or something. It could be a video for a song for a website, and it could be just a simple YouTube video, audio, or any other platform, Vimeo, such the likes. Another thing is simple songs and jingles. So nursery rhymes, as I said before, this is a popular one, and jingles about almost anything, food, the different what we have, seasons that we have, clothes, a store, you name it. You can get paid to sing a jingle or to write a jingle for somebody. So these are just a few other types. Clients will come to you um, with a lot of different things, and they'll supply you with the inspiration. They'll give you maybe a sample or so you're not grasping out of thin air. So all of these, you don't have to worry. Even if the client doesn't give you a sample, there's the internet is big. You can always go on the internet and do your research. So don't be afraid. If it's something that you are skilled in, if it's something that you think you can handle, don't be afraid to accept the job. Or before accepting the job, you can just run over to YouTube or Google to look at the process to see if it's something that you can manage, and then you quickly accept the job. I've done that a lot of times. And so we're on to business and lifestyle. So phone calls. You can be a one-man call center, and this is where I started out. So I started by doing phone calls at home, from my cell phone, and at that point my cell phone wasn't even working properly, and it needed a new battery, so I had to it needed a new charging port. So I don't know if you guys know the universal charger, but that's what I had to use to charge my phone, but I still did it, and I made a lot of money from it. So you can learn basic phone skills in under a week and start earning money from it. I got training at the call center that I used to work, and I used that training, that knowledge, to do my service, my phone call service online. And that's the training that I also use to help persons to offer phone call services online as well. You just need your cell phone, a computer, and an app, and you can call the US and Canada for free. So you can make calls. The most common calls that you would make are what we call cold calling. So for example, I have my book here, and I decide that I want my books to be in bookstore. bookstores. So I would get a lead list, so a list of business places of bookstores in, for example, Kingston, and I'd get the phone numbers. I'd come onto Fiverr and I'd say to you that I need you to call these 100 stores for me and let them know that I have kids' books and what would be the process of getting my books into their store. And so that is what you would do. Sometimes, so what I have here is a recording of when I used to offer this service.
We're a local IT company and we wanted to introduce some of our services to you. We know you may not need our assistance right away, but we were wondering if we could send you a bit of information should you need our assistance in the future.
All right, so it's something simple. If the client doesn't give you the script, they normally pay you extra to write a script for them. But 9 out of 10 times, they're going to give you a script and they'll let you know that, hey, you can make it your own. You don't have to read, because in all honesty, if they give you a long script, you're not going to have the time to read that long script. Maybe 2 sentences or less you need to say out of that script. These phone calls used to take me no more than a minute for each phone call. And this one I did by the hour. It was $3 per hour. When you're starting out, you'll see a lot of $5 gigs, and I started out at $5 as well. So I started, I think, $5 for 50 calls, and it would take me like 2 hours to do the 50 calls. So you could do a lot of calls and in a day. When you start out, you might be going a little slower, but as you get your practice, you're going to pick up speed, and you might even finish the 50 calls in an hour. So because it got to a point where I was doing like 40 odd calls in an hour. So I think if I did it a little bit more, I would get to the 50 in an hour or less. All right, and the next one is data entry. So we have 2 types of data entry. That's keyed or data input entry and copy and paste. So with key data, that means you're going to have to type that information in yourself. So what they might do is do a script. They might have a document and they take a picture of it and send it to you. So you have to now type it up by yourself. Or it could be a list, maybe something in a newspaper that they see and they want you to type it out for them. And for copy and paste, I think that speaks for itself. They might send you an old document and a new document, and you have to copy and paste the old info into the new document. So data entry, this one is really ideal for college. It doesn't take a lot of time, especially if you can type really fast. So to do data entry, you need some amount of education, because you must be able to read and write, to conversate with the client, and also to get the job done properly. You're going to need basic computer skills. So if you're not good at typing, practice your typing. So you have websites that you can go on online, and they'll give you small passages, and you will have to type it, and they'll tell you what your typing speed is. The ideal typing speed is 43 to 80 words per minute. And you can do, so the different data entry works, you can get something to do in Microsoft, PowerPoint, Excel, Google Docs, Google Sheets, or Google Slides. You might never know. And you need to be able to do a bit of research. For example, a client comes to you and they need to know they need a contact information. So they need the name, phone number, email address for, let's say, 50 restaurants in Kingston that sell Chinese food. So you need to be able to go online and research that. So it's no hard research really, but you need to be able to verify the information.
I didn't hear much about, like you have college and university students who want their research, documents, and their some of them have research papers to write, especially doctoral students, and they might want you to type to get their documents in proper formatting and all that. Isn't that one of the skills that could help you, like the same editing and?
Yes, definitely, Miss Heather. So yeah, that's a very good one. So yeah, you get that a lot. The only thing, the main platform that I use, you can't do the work from scratch for them. But if you're going to edit it, like format it, ensure that the font is the same throughout, and different things like that. Put in a cover page, number it, put in headers, footers. You can do things like that. You will get a lot of requests because doing a doctorate program is a lot of work, and they always have something else doing. They have the 9 to 5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then so organization, you need to be organized because you don't want to get your work mixed up. You don't want to lose your work, and you don't want to deliver the wrong work to the wrong client. And be self-motivated, because data entry, it can become boring because you're going to be doing the same thing over and over. So if you get bored, listen, you say to yourself, hey, I need this money because I have to finish college, so I'm going to push through. Motivate yourself. Always remember why you're doing this, and that will help to carry you through. I saw these are examples of data entry services that are being offered on Fiverr. So if you look at them, some of them are complex, some of them are very simple. Like this one, I will do data entry, admin support, and finance support. So that is mostly, that Google Docs has templates for like budgets and so on. You can create a budget for somebody. Someone says I'll professionally clean, analyze, and display your data. PDF convert, web research, copy and paste. I will do accurate data entry. So it's simple tasks that you can get paid to do. All right, so the next one is teaching skills and subjects. And I know that all of us have a hidden talent, or it may not be so hidden, and you can get money. You can earn money from it. So this is what we call online tutoring. So can you, in the chat, tell me some of the skills or some of the subject areas that you're very good at? What do you love doing? What do people come to you all the time and say, hey, can you help me to do this? Can you do this for me? How do you do this?
Okay.
I somebody says I can sing math and Spanish. Awesome, math. Memorize economics, yes. Mathematics. Wonderful. And what about the skills? Nobody can sew, nobody can dance, nobody can cook, nobody can comb hair, that kind of stuff. English, awesome. Accounts, wow. Electronics and infotech, awesome. All right, wonderful. So all of those areas you can get paid to tutor. We have one more. Since I can help myself, yes. Cooking. Can dance, but how do we tutor that? I'm a librarian assistant, so basically the student assignments. Okay.
Okay, that one is good.
All right, so the person that's asking how do we tutor dancing? So that you're gonna use Zoom or Skype. It's just like you're doing your classes during the day. We go on to Zoom, or we go on to for online tutoring. It used to be Skype, but now because Zoom is the big thing, it's going to be Zoom. So you create your Zoom session, and you would, first of all, you're going to ask the person, or they're going to tell you what they want to learn, what dance they want to learn. You tell them what's the cost for it. You guys set up a meeting time that is good for the both of you. You let them know if it's a half an hour or an hour, whatever it is, and you just, that's basically how you set up and you get started. It's just like any other thing you're going to teach online. You set up your camera somewhere that the person will have full view of you, and you can have full view of them as well, and you go through the process step by step. The things that we can do and we take for granted, a lot of persons can, because event planning, I can't do that. I would have to pay somebody to decorate the place and all of that stuff.
In Canada now, where lots of people, especially during COVID period, get boxed inside homes, just can't come out because of what's happening now, and they need someone to talk to. Now that is money. Like, people do mentoring services. I'm just saying those are not free.
Yes, yes, that's true. Someone who is a part of my agency, they offer counseling as well. They do. So it works good for you. All right, so to get started with your online tutoring, whether you're teaching skills or subjects, you need Skype or Zoom, as I said, and you need to decide on what you're knowledgeable about, which it seems a lot of you already know. And if you don't know, you're not sure, ask someone around you or feedback and say, what are people always asking me to help them with?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so online tutoring. This, when I was looking for an example, this one stood out for me. This person is a Spanish teacher. She tutors online. And I hope you guys can see this clearly. She has 268 five-star reviews. And on here, a lot of persons, sometimes 1 out of 3 persons who buy from you will not leave a review, even when they're pleased, love the work and everything. It's just how it is. So you know that she had much more than 268 clients, and she has 22 orders in the queue, meaning 22 persons are waiting to be tutored by her. So because she's doing so well, she's Fiverr's choice, she's featured, and she charges $10 for 45 minutes. And also you can do math. There's a category for math, science, language, other subjects, business, social sciences. All right, so some bonus pointers that I wanted to give to you. Pay attention to detail. So whatever work you get, double check it, triple check it if that makes you more comfortable. Always look over the client's request before, during, and after, before you submit the work as well, to ensure that you did everything the client is asking you for. You should be able to work independently or part of a team. As Miss Heather mentioned, working together makes the work lighter and you make more money as well. So think about joining a team. You have your friends, each of you good at something, so you can create a profile for your group, and you can offer the different services that each of you are good at. Always be polite and courteous. Even if you're not going to accept the job, just let them know politely that I cannot accept this job or something, Deadline oriented. This comes back to time management. Always meet your deadline. If you see that it's coming up to the time that you need to deliver, don't wait until the exact time to say it's to reach out to the client. Reach out maybe a day before, a couple of hours before, and say, I'm running a bit behind. However, I will be able to deliver by this time, and you ask for an extension on your deadline. You need a computer, tablet, or phone. The computer is best because the tablet or phone might slow down your productivity. You might not be able to get a lot done using just those devices. Internet connection and communication skills. You should be able to communicate. You don't want to sound too rude, too harsh to the client, and you also don't want to sound too soft. So, you're being professional, courteous, polite. And don't limit yourself to Fiverr, because I work primarily on Fiverr, but I've branched out. I have an online writing agency, so I have clients outside of Fiverr, and I also work on another platform called Upwork sometimes. And it's good to share your services on social media. If you don't want to share it on your personal pages, create business pages, which I suggest is good, so that when clients look at your stuff, they don't see some personal pictures. Oh, you went to a party here and there. They're just seeing your services, something professional. And then build on everything that you're taught. So whatever I am going to help you with, or Miss Heather helps you with, go ahead and do your research. There is so much more out there to learn. We cannot teach you everything. It's just like when you're in class and you get an assignment or something and you don't understand, you did something in class. I don't know if you do this, but when I was in school, I used to read over everything I get during the day, and I read before class the next day. So if there's something come up and I don't understand it, research. So it's just building on everything that your lecturer told you. And again, research, research, research. You can't go wrong. If you're doing anything, research. As soon as I get a job and I'm going to start it, I am going to do a research. Even when I know about the topic, even when I'm well knowledgeable about it, do your research. It is best because things change and some new information might come up that you never know about. So practice makes perfect. Whatever skill, whatever area you want to go into, practice it. No matter how good at it you are, practice it. Do things for yourself, for your family members, for your friends, and get their honest opinion. Ask people who are going to tell you the truth. If that don't look good, if that don't sound right, those are the persons you need to ask. Those who are not going to sugarcoat it, they're going to help you when they tell you the truth. And then create a schedule in Google Sheets. So when you're in school, you're going to get your timetable. You know that from this time to that time, I'm not available for work. But you need to be able to show that to the clients. So what you can do, this is especially if you're going to do tutoring, go into Google Sheets or even Excel, Microsoft, and you create a schedule each day and you can share that link. That's why Google Sheets is best. So you can share the link on your work profile so they can click on it and they know that these times you are available. If someone books that slot, or if you're going to use that slot to do some work, you make sure you block that slot out so they know that time is not available. And I hope you guys are motivated. Are you guys motivated? I need you to put in the chat. Let me know if you're motivated or if I need to give you a bit more motivation. I'm not seeing anything. Nobody motivated? You need a bit more motivation, guys? All right, so because we need a bit more motivation, let's head over to one of the platforms that I work on, and I hope you're seeing it clearly. So these are my earnings. Oh, we're getting stuff now. Let's see. Yes, fully motivated. Yes, I am. Awesome, awesome. All right, I'm glad you guys are motivated. So let me share something else with you. This is one of the platforms that I work on, and I started working almost a year now because I started in June, towards the end of June last year. And I have net almost 5,000 US dollars. And this is after Fiverr has taken their 20%. So, you know, that means I was getting close to like maybe $7,000 in total. I have persons that I work with that I employ from the platform, and so I use my use for purchases. This is the amount I use to pay them. I have this amount pending clearance. This means that I've completed these jobs already, and I'm waiting 2 weeks for Fiverr to clear the money to ensure that the customers don't come back to say, "Hey, something is wrong," you know. And my expected earnings. This is what I'm gonna earn from the order that I know have working on. So I hope you guys are motivated. I hope that this helped you to want to get started. And do we have any additional questions at this point? So your writing is in style these days because everybody has a website, and if you have a website, you're going to want to have a blog, because when you have a blog, you drive traffic to your website. When you have blog, you're posting information for people to see, so people need a blog to get information out there and to get people coming to the website, so they're coming to buy information from you.
And I was just gonna add, I mean, as an author as well, so that writing can be exciting. It can be writing a menu. It can be it doesn't have to be what people think. So if you cook, you can be writing a menu. If you sew, you can be writing a pattern of how you would design something. So writing is not solely for just writing a book. That's how some people really get turned off, because you might have some people who are more math inclined, that way they're more numeric, and they don't think that, you know, but you could be writing a program, you could be writing, it's just different types. So I wanted you to expand on that, Jenoy, where writing can carry you.
Oh yes, so writing, you don't have to be writing a book, you don't have to be writing an article. If you're good at math, as Miss Heather says, you can write equations, solve equations. It can be a simple puzzle book with math. So you're not writing a lot of words, a lot of content. You're probably writing just a hint to get them to guess the equation, something like that. So if you're good at math and you don't want to teach math, that's another way you can capitalize on your knowledge, on your talent.
Yes, thanks.
So you don't have to worry. And then I share, is there questions coming in? No, not yet. I share information on my social media, and I have tutorials posted on my YouTube channel. Let me share my information with you. All right, so I have, these are my social medias in case you want to follow, because I do share information, because I think I got this opportunity and I wish I had it in college, because I know college is hard, especially if you're going to put financial issues on top of it. And I was given this opportunity, and I want to share it with as many persons as I can. In fact, before I even started earning money last year, I started telling persons about this opportunity, encouraging them to take the plunge, because it is worth it. It's going to be a lot of work starting out, as I said, because you need to establish yourself. You need to let people know what you can do. But once you establish yourself, people are going to come back. They're going to tell their friends and family members about you, and they're going to come buy your services as well.
Some of the questions that people normally ask, and this is general, like for you too. Like people just want to know, how do I know it's legit? I mean, even with my business, they want to know, how do I know that she's legit, that she's not going to be running away or taking away our money?
Yeah, I understand, because I was skeptical at first, but once I saw it was something different from the MLM opportunities where you have to be recruiting people in order to make money. I decided to give it a try, and plus signing up on Fiverr, it doesn't require any money. They don't charge you to sign up. What they do charge is 20% commission when you complete a task. So any job you get, they'll charge 20% of that. So it's free to sign up, and the sign up process is a long one and it's a bit technical. So that's why I'm helping persons to go through the sign up process. If they want to do skills as well that they're not so good at, maybe the graphic design, tutoring, whatever, I help also in those areas. And I went over to my profile as well. So I'm hoping you guys can see, this is a live view of my profile. So this is my profile picture, something professional. I'm a level 2 seller. So on Fiverr, you go up from new seller to level 1 to level 2. Then you have professional. You can get Fiverr Pro, but that's a long process for you to get verified and stuff like that. So this is my little motto. I go above and beyond for every client, which I do try to do. I have 135 reviews so far. My rating is at 5 stars. So my name on Fiverr, let me put it in the chat.
And by the way, this flyer that I did is from Fiverr. You heard that, Janai?
Oh yes, so yes, I know a lot of graphic design services on here, and see, you can make money. See, somebody went to, and then maybe if you start offering that service, Miss Hedda can come and support you as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying, that I'd be the same one that's supporting you because you're on the platform, right?
Yeah. Right, so when you come over to my my profile, this is what the buyer will see. So this is me, Genoy_reliable, and I go above and beyond for each and every client. It's going to tell you where I'm from. It's going to tell you that I joined the platform June 2020. I take about an hour to respond to my messages, and my last delivery was a day ago. So this is my #1 seller. As I said, I will write medical blog posts or articles. Next up, we have I will rewrite and update your old medical articles manually. And as you can see, I have little videos because Fiverr says that the gigs with videos get more attention. So that's why I try to incorporate videos in some of my gigs. This is my short story gig. So we call the services, we call them gigs. So my short story services, I will write short stories for kids as a published author. And this one says, I will ghostwrite a medical ebook for you. This one is, I will summarize a scientific medical journal article for you. And for this, I will summarize your medical podcast and write show notes for you. So right now I have 7 services. When you're starting out, you get to offer 7 services. When you get to level 1, I believe you get up to 10 services. Level 2, I think up to 20 services. But I don't think I need to offer 10 services just yet. And it's okay if you start out with something and it's not doing well, it's okay to change, because I did a lot of changing. I started out with phone calls, graphic designs, but as you can see, I filtered over into mainly writing. And below that, you'll see my native language, my accounts that I linked here, my skills, PowerPoint, Microsoft, Excel, typing, data entry, my education, my certificates, and you'll see these are my reviews.
Mhm.
Um, this one I got 7 hours ago. The seller is very efficient. So once you do a good job, you get good
Mhm.
reviews and you get more jobs. So
And
it's a
sometimes you have,
legitimate
oh, and I was
service.
just talking about repeat customers as well.
Yes, once you do a good job and they need something else, they're coming to you, because I don't even offer a lot of services that I do for clients. I don't have a gig set up here for it. I did a poster
Mhm.
about 2 days ago for a client, and I don't have a poster gig set up, but because I keep doing a good job, when they want something, even though you don't offer the service, they're going to come
Right.
and ask you first if you offer it, the service. Before I
That's
started
true.
writing ebooks, before I got into the ebook writing, I was doing newsletters for my client. It so happens to be that that client was my very first order that I got in June, the end of June, and he's still with me. I still do newsletters for him. And he came to me and asked if I can write an ebook. And I was like, I've never done it before, but I'd love to try. And he ordered 2 ebooks. He did that one and he came back for another one. So do a good job and you get asked and paid to do services that you don't even offer. It's the same thing with the PowerPoint that I did for one of my clients. I did writing for her and I helped her. She came to me with Excel and I did that for her. I don't offer data entry service. And I don't offer the PowerPoint either, but she came to me and I did those for her. So as you can see, it's a very legitimate platform. You can also go and do your research on it. But as I said, setting up your account, you're gonna need a bit of help because it's not so straightforward as you would think. So you can just refer to my YouTube channel. You can go over to my YouTube channel. It's Gender Medical Writer, and I have so far, I think, 3 videos posted on how to get set up on Fiverr to start making money. I am going to do some.
I have a question. Good evening, everyone. My
Right.
question is, you're a lady, and women, are just taking the workforce and leadership. So I want to know, how are you motivated? Like, what motivates you, especially in these times when, it's depressing and we're in a pandemic. So, where do you get your motivation from?
I set goals. I have long-term goals, short-term goals, and it's very simple. Like when I was starting college, do you know what motivated me to go to college? Because I decided that I don't have kids or anything like that, so I don't have dependence like that, but I do have a mom that I love more than anything else, and I want to take care of her. So when I was going to college, I decided that would be my motivation. And I also had a cat, and I decided that I want to be able to spoil my cat. So something simple as that. Goals will really motivate you, and it should be realistic goals, and you can write them down. I used to write motivational quotes when I was in school, and I put them on my door and on my wall, something to just get me going. When I'm working now, sometimes the workload gets a bit overwhelming, and I'll take a break and I'll think about the things that I want to achieve in life, and when I need to achieve those things by. So, for example, I'll say something simple. I'll say next month I need to take my cat to the vet. So I don't have that in my budget, but I need to work that money to take
Mhm.
her to the vet because I love her. She's important to me, and I want to ensure that she's in good health. So when I get tired and I want to go to bed, but I know that I have this blog post to finish to submit on time, that pushes me to keep going. So think about things that are important to you, things that you want to achieve. Maybe you want to do something for a parent, somebody, even if just for yourself. You
Mhm.
know, if you need to use this as a stepping stone to go further, because I know you guys going to go for doctorate and stuff like that, use those things as your motivation.
Mhm. I like that.
And
Auntie?
everyone. Congratulations. I am really so proud to see you as a
Thank you.
young Jamaican giving back of your time, your talent, and sharing with others, especially in a time like this where there are so many young people spending 5 to 6 hours or 10 hours per day just playing games, ledger, texting, spending lots of money on credits for nothing. This is
Yeah.
such an awesome way that young people could channel their energies, their creativity. They may not get a chance to do voluntary service and all of that, or enough extracurricular activities, but they could channel their energy in developing skills and also to earn from it. So this is awesome, and I really thank you for sharing your this information with us. But some time ago in our discussions, you mentioned that your book. Um, uh, please remind me the name of your book. Sorry, I forgot the name just like now.
The adventures of Alice the cat.
Right.
This one here.
Yes. You mentioned that when you were ready to publish your book, you source help from someone who works on
Oh
the
yeah.
platform with you to help you design, and that the cat is actually um, your own cat, but that person was able to develop the
Yeah.
image. So, what you're really saying is that this will also give you an opportunity for networking.
That's true. Thank you so much, Auntie. All right, so yes, when I got started, I had written the content for the book quite a long time. I wrote it. I think I started in November last year, but as I said, I didn't really have a lot of time. But then in April of this year, I decided that no matter what it takes, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to finish writing the book, review it, and get it done. So after writing the content, I needed someone, because for my other books I could illustrate them myself because I could find images that are free on Canva that I could manipulate. But for this, it's going to be one cat all throughout. So I needed the cat to be the same cat all throughout the book doing different things. And I know that there are a lot of persons on Fiverr who do book illustrations, storybook illustrations. So I went ahead and I searched on Fiverr and I found a young lady. She had some very impressive samples on her profile. And then I sent her a picture of my little mischievous cat, Alice. and she was able to do this cartoon mock-up of her. And so I went ahead and purchased her service, and she was able to do so many different images with Alice. Completely blown away, completely impressed by her. So once you get onto Fiverr, and it's not only Fiverr, you advertise your services on your social media, put it on your WhatsApp, because you don't know what other persons around you are up to, and they could need help with the service you're offering. So you just putting it out there, putting it on your social media, putting it on your WhatsApp status, people will share it also, and they might know somebody who needs this service. Because if I had known anyone who could do these illustrations, I wouldn't have needed to go over to Fiverr. I would go directly to that person because I know that person. So guys, once you start offering your skills, once you start offering your services, share it. Tell people that, hey, I'm good at this. So if you know anybody, or if you eventually need this help, you can recommend me, or you can come to me. Even promise them a little discount, because as Jamaicans, we like to get discounts or something, because you want to build your client base. And
Good night. I
Good night,
would,
Roshi.
I would like to ask, how long did it take you to get your first client after you set up your page?
hi, Rasheen. So it took me about a week. It's about a week it took me to get my first client. What I do, once you get started on the platform, you're not going to have, well, you may have, because I know persons that just created the services, put them up, and people come directly to them to purchase, maybe not even have a conversation with them, but just purchase directly from their service, from their gig. But what I did was I sent a mountain of what we call job offers. So, for example, Miss Heather needed her poster created, and she didn't have the time to search through the services, different persons who are offering poster creation services. What she can do is post the job up saying she needs someone to create a poster for her. I think that's a very good opportunity, as I said, the teaching, because persons are migrating for better opportunities. So, and not everyone was lucky enough to be born in an English-speaking country. It's just like if we're migrating to a country where their primary language is Spanish, we're gonna have to learn Spanish. So there are a lot of persons, especially to go to Canada and the United States, that need to learn English. And once you get onto Fiverr, you will see a lot of persons offering English as well. So it's a very good market to go into right now.
So guys, this is a place to get every opportunity. You might not see it necessarily now, but when you're actually studying, I'm telling you, everything counts. Every cent counts. Everywhere that you can get money counts. So, getting it paid in US dollars, like what Jenna is saying, that's a very good opportunity. It builds up. It might not be the first one you do, it takes time. Next one, more people, seeing your work, more people talking out. Because I don't know about you, Janoi, but I look at reviews. Whenever I'm doing something, I look at reviews. So if I'm seeing this person getting a 5, I'm going to be like, no, I got to try this thing out, because I don't know. You don't know what you'll get. And sometimes you give the person not, some persons who don't have the stars, the 5 stars too, can do well too, because they're just starting. And I find that I try them out sometimes, and believe me, they have some talents that you never thought of. And then because you start using them, other people start, they put it out, because you guys put your out there, and people get to see it. So that's how I get to see it sometimes and say, whoa. That's something similar to what I want. I didn't think about that, but that's the one I want. So there you
Exactly.
go.
So you create samples as well and you post up on your profile so persons can see samples. And another thing as well, a lot of the skills that you offer, it will turn out to help you to in school.
Yes. So do you have like training session? What do you have that you'd want to promote, Janoi?
Alright, so I've started doing training sessions. Those will be like once per month. So I will send out, if you complete the form, put your contact information, I'll contact you with another form and you can put what time or so is available to you, what you're interested in learning. So I know what to cover in each of those sessions. So it's once per month. I normally do it towards I'm gonna do it towards the end of the month.
So is there a cost to
So
that?
I haven't finalized the cost yet, but
Okay.
it's not going to be anything expensive. It's gonna be between 10 to 15 US dollars because
And
I really
how
want
long is the
everyone
session? How long is it normally, the session?
to 2 hours
Okay.
or an hour and a half at least.
Okay.
There are payment. I'm working also on payment plans, so you can use our local bank transfers, and if you have PayPal as well, you can use PayPal. And payment plans, if you don't have, I'm not sure yet if it's $10 or $15. I'm still weighing that because I want to give everyone the opportunity to be able to get something from the session, so to be able to attend the session. So if you don't have the entire $10 or $15, you can pay in installments. So
Oh,
you'll know from early when the session will be, what
mhm.
the cost is, and so you can arrange some payment.
Okay. Sounds good. So you have different topics that you're going to be delivering, is that?
Yes, definitely. So as I said, I'm going to send them a form and they would indicate what topics they'd like me to cover so that I don't cover things that the persons attending are
Mhm.
not interested in. I want to focus on what they want to learn. It's going to be an interactive session. You're going to be allowed to ask questions because I want you to understand everything, get everything that you need to know to get starting, to start making money. Because the more you know, and guys, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm very shy. I still am. But when I was in school, I realized that I have to ask questions to learn because I don't want to fail. I don't want to be left behind. I want to hit the ground running so that I'm ahead. If anything happens, then I'm always ahead. So if I slow down a little bit, I'm still not falling behind. So ask questions. Even if you feel like it's a stupid question, ask it. Ask
Mhm.
it. I'm happy to answer, and I know Miss Heather is happy to answer as well. So the sessions are interactive. You guys can ask questions before, during, after. You can message me privately as well via email. You can WhatsApp me on my work number. My work number is on the form as well as my email is at the top of the form. You can message me on social media as well, and I will respond to you.